The end of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, Season 4, left viewers questioning everything. Was it a proper finale, wrapping up years of cryptic discoveries beneath the Utah desert, or a calculated cliffhanger designed to keep the audience suspended between fascination and frustration? The truth, like the ranch itself, might be buried beneath layers of intrigue, radioactive rock, and unanswered questions. The build-up of unease throughout its fourth season, Blind Frog Ranch, unfolded like a fever dream of ambition and obsession. Duane Ollinger's relentless pursuit of treasure, gold, artifacts, or something even stranger, reached a fever pitch. His son Chad stood beside him, loyal yet visibly won by the emotional weight of their discoveries. Geologist Eric Drummond pushed the scientific boundaries, while Charlie Snyder's theories about energy anomalies added to the eerie symphony of uncertainty. From the very first episode, there was an unmistakable sense that something final was brewing. Cameras captured not only the physical challenges, collapsed tunnels, radiation spikes, and flooded chambers, but also the mental and emotional unraveling of the team. Each scene carried tension like a live wire. When they uncovered what appeared to be ancient metallic fragments near the submerged cavern, whispers of Aztec treasure morphed into something far more cryptic, suggestions of otherworldly technology. The air crackled with the possibility that the ranch was nearing its ultimate revelation. Yet, by the finale's closing moments, instead of clarity, fans were left staring at an abyss of mystery. The moment that changed everything, the most haunting moment of Season 4, arrived not from treasure or tunnels, but from the atmosphere itself. The quantum scan sequence, a controversial piece of tech imagery, appeared to show immense, shifting energy signatures beneath the earth. Duane's expression, usually grounded in determination, flickered between disbelief and dread. Whatever the scanner revealed, it wasn't simply gold or silver. It was something pulsing, alive, and potentially dangerous. The team's instruments spiked in radiation, lights flickered, and a low hum seemed to echo from the cavern walls. The scene was cinematic, almost supernatural. It felt like the ranch was breathing. Then, abruptly, production cut to black. No conclusion, no summary, no reflective voiceover. Just the final image of Duane staring into the mouth of the cavern, floodlights shaking in the dark. Fans around the world were left asking the same question. Was that the end? The illusion of closure at first glance, the final episode felt like a conclusion. Duane's emotional dialogue about legacy, sacrifice, and faith in unseen forces hinted at an ending to his years-long quest. The team seemed exhausted, not just physically, but spiritually. They had chased this mystery for seasons, only to realize the deeper they dug, the less they understood. Yet, Blind Frog Ranch has never been a show about closure. Its essence lies in the eternal loop of discovery, every answer only leading to a dozen new riddles. And true to form, Season 4 didn't end so much as it fractured open. The camera lingered just long enough on unexplained energy readings and unfinished excavation to remind the audience, this story wasn't over. It couldn't be a finale without finality in the traditional television sense. A finale brings resolution. It answers the core conflict and leaves the characters changed, with their arcs complete. But in the Blind Frog Ranch universe, closure defies definition. The very allure of the show is that the deeper Duane and his team dig, the more reality seems to unravel. The last episode's tone was almost philosophical, less about finding treasure, more about confronting the limits of human understanding. Eric Drummond's data implied geological phenomena impossible to replicate. Chad's drone footage hinted at symmetrical formations beneath the canyon, resembling man-made structures. Even Charlie, the skeptic-turned-believer, appeared shaken by the implications. These aren't the ingredients of a typical finale. They're breadcrumbs, strategically placed to lead the audience toward Season 5. Symbolism and subtext. The season's closing moments carried a weight beyond simple storytelling. When Joanne paused outside the cavern, gazing at the landscape under a blood-red sunset, the image transcended the treasure hunt. It represented the eternal human condition, the drive to uncover what should remain hidden. The floodlight beam that flickered and died in the final frame could be seen as symbolic too. The light of discovery extinguished, leaving only the unknown. It was cinematic poetry, a message to the audience that the truth is not meant to be illuminated yet. Fan theories. Finale or cliffhanger? The Blind Frog Ranch fandom has dissected every frame of the finale like archaeologists studying an artifact. Online communities split into two camps, the finale believers. These fans argue that Season 4 served as a fitting conclusion. Joanne's emotional exhaustion, the overwhelming evidence of danger, and the team's silence in interviews afterward all point to a deliberate wrap-up. To them, the final shot symbolized acceptance, that some mysteries cannot and should not be solved. The cliffhanger truthers. This camp insists that Discovery Channel intentionally crafted the episode as a setup. They'd point to the final lines of dialogue, cryptic maps shown briefly on screen, and hints dropped in post-season interviews. For them, Season 4 wasn't closure. It was the threshold of the next great revelation. Both sides agree on one thing. Whatever Season 4 meant, it felt different. The energy was darker, the stakes higher, and the silence afterward deafening. Behind the scenes, whisper insiders familiar with production have hinted that the team filmed more footage than was aired. Certain sequences involving underground chambers and foreign metallic interference never made it into the final cut. Whether this was due to network constraints or something more secretive remains uncertain. Rumors also swirl about Discovery Network testing new formats for Blind Frog Ranch, potentially blending documentary realism with scientific dramatization. If true, Season 4's ending could be a narrative bridged to a hybrid future, half revelation, half reinvention. Dwayne Ollinger himself, known for cryptic social media posts, added fuel to speculation. In one recent update, he shared a photo of the Utah desert with the caption, "Still breathing." Fans took it as confirmation that the ranch's story, and perhaps a fifth season, was far from over. The emotional undercurrent beyond the mystery and mythology, Blind Frog Ranch has always been a story about people. Joanne's relentless hope, Chad's loyalty, and Eric's scientific curiosity form the backbone of the series. Season 4 deepened this human narrative. Dwayne's reflections hinted at years of personal sacrifice. He spoke of lost time, sleepless nights, and the toll of chasing something that might not even exist. Chad's scenes with his father grew heavier, no longer just about gold, but about understanding why this quest mattered. Eric's growing unease suggested a man torn between logic and belief. By the final episode, all three men stood at the edge of a discovery, and of themselves. The treasure, it seemed, was no longer beneath the ranch. It was the reckoning of what the search had cost them. That emotional depth is why many viewers interpreted Season 4 as a spiritual finale. The mystery might continue, but the people chasing it had reached their limit, physically, mentally, and perhaps karmically. The power of the unseen, the end, what made the finale, or cliffhanger, so potent was its restraint. The episode refused to explain. It dared to leave space for imagination. No final reveal of gold bars, no alien relic, no buried Aztec chamber. Just darkness, humming energy, and a sense of something awakening beneath the earth. That's Blind Frog Ranch's true magic. Its ability to make the unseen feel tangible. It invites viewers to believe that truth might still lie hidden under mud and myth, that science hasn't mapped it all, and that curiosity can be both salvation and curse. Why it matters. Shows like Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch tap into a primal part of the human psyche, the need to uncover, to know, to explore what hides beneath. Whether it's an ancient civilization, extraterrestrial influence, or pure geological anomaly, the series has turned curiosity into religion. Season 4's ambiguous ending isn't a flaw, it's an artistic statement. In a media landscape obsessed with resolution, Blind Frog Ranch dares to leave the story open, mirroring the infinite questions that drive real explorers. If this was the finale, it was one written in riddles. If it was a cliffhanger, it was executed with precision worthy of a myth. Either way, it accomplished what few shows can. It made viewers feel the pulse of the unknown. Final verdict. A cliffhanger disguised as a farewell after dissecting every frame, theme, and reaction. One conclusion stands out. Season 4 of Blind Frog Ranch wasn't an ending, it was an invitation. An invitation to look deeper, to wait, to wonder. The story may have paused, but it has not ended. Dwayne's journey remains incomplete. The caverns still whisper. The ground still hides secrets. Whether Discovery announces a 5th season or not, the ranch itself will continue to haunt imaginations. So was it a finale or a cliffhanger? It was both. An ending that opens a door. A curtain that closes just long enough for the mystery behind it to grow darker, deeper, and infinitely more compelling.